grassroots, the individual American gun owner, the individual willing to take action. You've heard about that a lot. Someone who walks that walk every day. She's on the internet. She's in people's faces. She was in Kamala Harris's face recently, calling her out on her hypocrisy. We the female, Kerry Slone.
That's great. He had me following Edgar and Todd, which is great. Edgar's just really pissed that there was no chorizo. Just so y'all know, that's really what Edgar's problem was there. I'm going to come at y'all a little bit different today. Can you hear me okay? I'm losing my voice. Okay. I want to talk about something a little bit different. I want to talk about what perception is. Perception is defined as the immediate or intuitive recognition of moral, psychological, and aesthetic qualities. What if I am able to stand here today and change your perception of why and how you fight for the Second Amendment? Would you be more determined to fight for it? Would you? If I give you a better reason than shall not be infringed, are you willing to listen? Yes. Well, that's why I came here today. I'm going to change your perception. What do you see when you look at me? Do you see a strong, professional woman? Do you see my boobs? Is that? That's cool. I identify as a woman. It's cool. Do you see a fearless, unapologetic advocate for Americans' constitutional rights that isn't afraid to stand in Kamala Harris's face and call her out? That was pretty cool, by the way. Do you see a powerful voice for the women's right to self-defense? I just lost my speech, sorry y'all. Right? Yeah, that's right. Do you know what you don't see when you look at me? You don't see an emotionally fragile, broken woman who couldn't make a sandwich because I feared it was going to be wrong, and then I was demeaned for not making that sandwich at all. You don't see a woman who made excuses when she was verbally abused in public. You do not see the bruises that covered my entire body, handprints around my throat from being picked up off of my feet. You do not see the cracked teeth, and you do not see how I was unable to eat for 5 days because my mouth was so severely cut and my jaw so swollen that I couldn't open it. You do not see the permanent bodily damage that I live with every day from being beaten bloody. This is my story, my evolution.
God bless you.
Now I'm all gonna ugly cry. This is my evolution from being afraid of making any decisions for fear of being punished to standing here in our nation's capital to convince all of you to make the decision and take action to stand up for the Second Amendment. But now, with a different perspective on why you need to do it. Don't misunderstand me. I don't stand here without fear. Quite the contrary, I am scared that women like me all over this country will continue to become byproduct casualties in a battle over our constitutionally right to bear arms and self-defense.
That's right.
Yeah. We are all here today unified in a common goal to support our natural, God-given right to defend our lives, our property, and to stand against those in government attempting to remove those constitutional rights. We all know gun control laws are dangerous, and I'm not going to waste my time telling everyone what they already know. What's more important is that you understand that you all are really needed for more than just showing up to a rally to support the right to bear arms guaranteed to each and every American citizen by the United States Constitution. I am lucky to be standing here a survivor. She's lucky to be standing here a survivor. 1 in 3 women are lucky to be survivors, and 1 in 6 men. I will not forget my men. No one should ever have to feel lucky to be the survivor of abuse. So I'm here today to ask for your help. I need all of you to amplify my voice for women who are and will continue to be casualties, not only of abusers, but of unconstitutional gun laws that prevent them from being able to defend themselves. And I keep losing my speech, you guys, I'm sorry. I need you to speak out against our laws, our culture, and our broken legal system that enables abusers to continually endanger women's lives, as well as perpetuates, supports, and even encourages women to be victims, forcing them to become dependent on the very government that endangers them with limiting their choices or completely denying them the ability to arm themselves for self-defense. I need every one of you to return home and educate your friends, your family, your local government, and your school systems regarding the dangerous and even deadly consequences of red flag laws and other gun control laws and how they are used against victims by their abusers. This strong, mouthy, unapologetic woman standing before you is terrified. Not for myself, because I learned the hard way and I stay strapped. All the time. Well, most of the time, not here in D.C., but most of the time. But I want you to speak for all of those women, and yes, men, and even they, the LGBTQ. They're just as much of a victim. They're Americans too. We can't forget that. And they live in fear, hiding, and still being abused, and will one day become a photo and memories at their own funerals because their mental health diagnosis of PTSD, depression, or anxiety was used against them, and they were left unable to defend themselves because of a bullshit red flag law written by a self-absorbed, power-hungry politician that pontificates about how he knows what's best for we the people. Not only do we need to bring forth this message, we also must demand that these representatives fix their broken judicial system rather than continuing to enact more gun control laws that are ineffective and potentially deadly. I need you to not just stand here and cheer and agree, oh, I just called y'all out, and then return home and do nothing. I speak not only for myself, but the millions of others who can't speak out because they're scared, hiding, or dead. I need you to use your voices and your vote to say you will no longer tolerate their patronizing, condescending behavior, and that you will make it clear to these elected representatives they will no longer be in control of how we choose how to defend ourselves. Do not let me down. Do not let your wives, your mothers, your grandmothers, your sisters, your nieces, and your daughters down. Are you willing to not only be the voice for our constitutional right to bear arms, but for also women dying because of these gun control laws? Are you?
Yeah!
Are you willing to be their voice?
Yeah!
I ask every one of you now, will you join my fight?
Yeah!